up people, how are you doing? And today I'm gonna review Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, directed by Steven Spielberg. This film tells the story of Dr. Jones as he is commanded with the task of retrieving the Shankara Stones from the evil hands of Malaram. Many people view this film as a sequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark, but in fact it is a prequel because of the dates. Raiders of the Lost Ark takes place in 1936, while Temple of Doom takes place 4 years earlier. Harrison Ford is perfect in the role of Indiana Jones. He does 92% of his stunts. It's amazing and he always gives his best performance. Now, instead of Marion, which I would have loved to see once again in Temple of Doom, but that wasn't the case, we got a new actress at the time in 1984 called Kate Capshaw, which nowadays is married to Steven Spielberg. Anyway, she plays Willie, and I really don't like this character, unfortunately. This character is whiny and is annoying. Now, for the sake of this video, I would like to have something really fun for you guys, and let's count how many times the character of Willy screams in the entire movie.
Beautiful car! No step, no stop, you cheat, pay money, you owe me 10 cents.
You accuse me of cheating.
Willie, hurry!
Oh, and it was about 32 times. How convenient. Shortround, portrayed by Jonathan Kwan. Jonathan Kwan is the soul and spirit of Temple of Doom. He is so much fun to watch. As Dr. Jones said, Shortround's parents died and he adopted him. I am really hoping that the next director who directs the last Indiana Jones film hires Jonathan Kwan for one last time and we can see Shortround again. Let's talk about the villain of the film, and that is Malaram, portrayed by I don't know who. He is the typical villain who just wants power, and I thought the villain was actually really weak. Although when he is on screen, he is a lot of fun to watch. Especially when we see their ritual, which is Kalimad. He pulls out hearts out of people's chests, and it has become a staple in movie history. Also, what I've noticed through time is that some of the action scenes although as fun and great as they are, seem dated and they don't hold up as well. For example, the scene where Willie, Shortround, and Indy escape the crashing plane and land safely with the plastic wrap. There are two reasons why that scene doesn't work in real life. Post-production edit. There are actually three main problems with the raft scene. For one has to count the weight of each of the characters. For two, air compression, and last but not least, the speed on which the raft is falling. And you know, plus other formulas and physics, blah blah blah, you know the deal. And back to the review. Basically, Indy, Willie, and Shortround would have been dead by now in real life. But no, we get some wonderful movie magic and they survive the crash. Since George Lucas is as producer in this film, again, we get loads of references to Star Wars and that is loads of fun to see. Let's talk about the ritual scene where Indy has been whipped as well as Shortround. Indy has been voodooed. He doesn't care anymore. We see evil Indiana Jones. I really like that scene. It makes it so much different from Raiders of the Lost Ark, where Raiders was so much fun and there was so much adventure, and here there's so much suspense and thrills. As usual, John Williams' score is magnificent, giving this film a darker tone. Let me tell you something. My biggest pet peeve are insects. So watching this film just gives me jitters, just telling you how much I dislike bugs. There is especially one scene where we see centipedes, many different types of insects, and it's awful. I really dislike that scene, especially when Willie has some real huge insects around her hair and back and everywhere, and she is just on that robe, and oh my god, it just, wow, it gets me every time. And especially since Indy and Shortround are trapped on the other side of that wall, and Willie has to stretch her hand through that hole, pull the lever to save Indy and Shortround. It gets me every time, and it is so funny because Indiana Jones says, "We are going to die!" Willie has to do it out of fear, and it gets me every time. I just wouldn't want to be in that position, pulling the lever with those insects. Ugh, just gives me chills and oh god, dang it. Anyway, another thing that I disliked from this movie, unfortunately, was the death of Malaram. Although, yeah, Malaram falling to the lake full of crocodiles seemed more like a puppet falling, not Malaram. I really didn't like that scene. Although it's cool to watch the villain fall to his death, I don't know, it doesn't hold up as well. So Indiana Jones, Willie, and Shortround are invited to a banquet where they think things are normal, but it's not quite there. What they get served is so weird. Living snakes, what else? Monkey brain, weird food, and Willie asks for soup, but it isn't really soup, and it is actually filled with eyes, and it's horrible. The natural reaction of Willie is so funny, and I adore that scene every time. since last time on Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indy had to fight that giant dude. Again, in this film, he has to fight a strong Arab man. And on the other side of there, on the creek, there is this prince that has also been voodooed and plays with Indiana Jones's voodoo doll and stitches it with a needle and makes Indy feel so much pain and agony. The car chase also seemed a little dated, but still, as I always say, all of the scenes in this film are so much fun to watch, but they feel dated to me, and it's a shame. In the end, Indy saves the enslaved children, goes back with one Shankara Stone, kisses Willie, and they live happily ever after. The end. Yeah, I mean, this movie is a lot of fun. I love the action sequences. The special effects to me are dated now. I've had loads of fun watching this film. The characters are great, except for Willie. The action sequences are very well executed. The score is even better. I am gonna give Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom an 8. Thank you so much for watching this review of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and all the good stuff. Please comment down below what you thought of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And as always, take care, and I'll see you next time.